All right now, is the heartbeat of the market skipping? Well, not anywhere close to 20,000. Nowhere close to 20,000. But where is Infosys? Let's just go to Infosys. We'll talk about the Bank Nifty in the small cap index later on. 9% lower for Infosys, and it is not 9% lower for a bellwether stock. It is not at a 52-week low, but it's gone to 1325. Now these are very early days. You don't know at what price it will recover. It'll start making a comeback. Let's skip and go to other IT stocks. TCS, TCS, Wipro, HCL Tech. TCS is down 2%. TCS is not complaining about fat deals, not a large order pipeline not going through, but the sentiment, in fact, I think, is so damaging because of Infosys that just one of the phases which Avan insists that I keep on using again and again, I will use again, that it's a case where Infosys has sneezed and the rest of the IT pack has got flu.
Absolutely, and a bad flu at that, because I mean, TCS falling 2.25% when their numbers weren't bad, or HCL Technologies with that 3% cut. Tech Mahindra has slid 5%. Wipro is down 3%, so it's quite unfortunate. Having said that, there are also weak numbers from a Persistent, wherein their CC revenue has come in higher by about almost 3%, but TCVs have fallen 10% sequentially. Persistent as well has cracked down 4% right now. Mphasis, wherein the BFS revenue has come in lower by nearly about 8% or 9% actually on a sequential basis, and the CC revenue also has seen a downtick of about 3.5%, much lower than what the street was anticipating. Mphasis too has slid about 3.25% as we speak right now. Now let's address Unilever. What is that up to then? Because there too there was an earnings disappointment. The volume growth at 3% is definitely lower than the averages that the street was penciling in. Unilever down a good 2%, and for Unilever to fall 2%, because Unilever is not really a high beta stock. You don't see very steep moves come in on that, so that's a little bit material of an earnings reaction coming in. Let's address the good news now. L&T. The board is going to be considering a buyback and a special dividend on July 25th. L&T has gapped up 3% as we speak right now. What is Reliance up to? Are you seeing any green or red on that stock? Let's check in on that. That's Reliance for you, 2588. Let's also address the 51st or 51st stock on the Nifty, Reliance Jio Financial Services. What is that stock up to? That too will just come up for you on your screens, considering since yesterday we've got 51 names on the index. That intraday graph will also just come up for you on your screens now. There's United Spirits. That's the big blowout number this morning. The Q1 revenues have come in above estimates. Volume growth at 10%. That's managed to beat the street estimates. So that stock should be up in the green. USL is what I'm talking about, 1% higher. India Mart, good numbers there. Share buyback of 500 crore rupees. A board approval coming in for that. 3.25% higher for India Mart. Tanla Platforms, that's also a good earnings reaction. ICICI Securities, the profits have come in higher, nearly about 3.5% on a sequential basis. There's also Union Bank. The CASA ratio is lowest in about 12 quarters. Cost to income ratio lowest in 14 quarters. Good numbers from Union Bank, 4% higher there. And 361 as well, wherein the revenues have risen 3.25% and the profits are higher, 17% on a year-on-year basis. These are a couple of numbers which we're looking out for. So yes, IT sticking out like a sore thumb. There's Unilever reacting to its weak numbers, but the rest of the market is looking okay. I mean, to have the IT index fall the way it is, Kunal, the Nifty is still clinging on to 19,800.
There are two good things which have happened on the opening.
Good things?
Good things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the Bank Nifty is still flat to positive.
TGIF.
Flat to positive. The Nifty futures yesterday when it closed at sub to 20,000 was also at a discount of 15 points.
Okay.
Very rarely do we see that when the index is moving up in high momentum, the index futures is at a discount, because when you are exuberant, you would tend to buy the futures. So the premium has come back again for the index. Now we are at a 50-point premium for the current series, which I think is a good sign for the index, that we should try and stabilize at this level of 19,800 approximately for the index. In terms of opening trade, I would look out for ICICI Bank as the opening trade, expecting that the strength of the Bank Nifty would continue on the basis of many of these private sector names. So that's a stock which I would look to trade in the open.
Naresh, what are the first trades that you're punching in?
So going defensive, liking NHPC, that's a stock which could make a move towards 55 in the short term. Looks interesting.